3 News. News at your fingertips. Captivating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking news. .com for all your reliable news. Super finish! Being on top of the news has never been easy.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching News 360. Our first story this evening. An Accra Human Rights Court has ordered the Inspector General of Police to reinstate former senior police officer DSP Gifty following her wrongful dismissal from the police service some 5 years ago. The court, presided over by Justice Gifty Ejay Ado, also ordered that Gifty be given all salaries and promotions since August 2012.
Delivering the judgment, Justice Gifty Ejay Ado noted that, in the view of the court, DSP Tehoda was unlawfully detained by the Bureau of National Investigations (BNI) in 2012 after she was picked up following the cocaine-turned baking soda saga at the police headquarters. The judge also held that the police breached the rule of natural justice for a fair hearing, as DSP Tehoda was not given an opportunity to be heard during the service inquiry by the police, leading to her dismissal. The court therefore ordered that Gifty Tehoda be given all salaries and promotions since her wrongful dismissal in August 2012. She is also to receive 23,000 cedis as compensation. This is made up of 10,000 cedis as general damages and 8,000 as the cost against the Ghana Police Service and the Attorney General, while the BNI is to pay 5,000 as damages to DSP Tehoda for wrongful detention. The case involving DSP Gifty Mawenyega Tehoda began on September 27, 2011, when one Nanama Martins was arrested for possessing large parcels of cocaine. It was later detected that the cocaine in police custody had been exchanged for baking soda. DSP Tehoda was linked to the disappearance of the cocaine and was indicted and later dismissed from the police service, an action that forced her to seek justice from the Human Rights Division of the High Court. She was then the deputy commander in charge of the Commercial Crimes Unit.
All right, so just to give you a bit of historical background to this breaking news story, or top story for the day. Now, it all started in September 2011 when Nanama Martins was nabbed over cocaine, which later turned into baking soda. Now, in August 2012, DSP Gifty Tehoda was interdicted and dismissed by the Ghana Police Service. So what was to follow? Now, she was tried by an Accra Circuit Court for her involvement and was acquitted and discharged of any criminal charges. Later, she proceeded to the Human Rights Court after she failed the reinstatement case. Now, she was seeking a number of reliefs. She first of all was seeking a relief for wrongful dismissal, for reinstatement, for compensations, for general damages suffered her over the years. And thankfully today, we've had a ruling from the Human Rights Court, which is just delivered this afternoon. All right, so we're excited to be joined in our studio this evening by the woman in question, Madam Gifty Tehoda. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your time, and welcome to News 360.
Thank you.
To begin with, how do you feel about the ruling?
I feel happy. I am full of excitement, and I thank God for that.
Some have wondered, looking back at the whole trial since 2012, if you'll be able to return to the police service, looking at all that's happened over the years.
Yes, some have really wondered, but the reality is that whatever God has ordained, no human being can set it aside.
Are you bitter?
I am not bitter. I am not bitter.
Do you still have that loyalty towards the Ghana Police Service?
Oh yes, I love the profession, the job, and I love doing police work.
Do you feel you've been a victim of circumstances?
Yes.
Do you feel you've been victimized in any way?
Yes.
You feel you've been victimized?
Yes.
So again, you know, you threatened to mention some names if you were pushed in this whole trial. Will you go ahead to mention these names?
No. Initially, the BNI started the investigations, and they investigated the case. And they will be the best people to come out with names. And then what I did also was to petition the president, the ex-president, President Mahama. And those petitions, the police was asked to set a committee to look into my petition. And they also did their investigations. I remember a David Ampabeni committee, and they have also put together their report, but I have not seen any report. So whatever they found or their findings, you know, will be in that report, and they will be the best people to come out with what they have found out.
Again, some have said that you should be counting yourself lucky for having been reinstated. What would you say to such people?
Yes, that is exactly what it should be, because I am totally innocent of the allegation leveled against me. And thank God, at the end of the day, I have been vindicated.
So you've been purged of all the charges, the criminal charges, and all that was leveled against you. You've been asked to be reinstated. All promotions due you since then should be granted you. What are your final words?
My final words are that I thank God the Almighty for bringing this day to pass. And I am so happy that I am alive to see this day, because I've been praying for the truth to come out, where I'll be vindicated, so that those who, you know, had the fear that it was not going to be possible for me to go back to work, God has really been faithful, and He has proved Himself. And so I want to thank God. I want to thank all the men of God in this country who knew about my case and were connected to me. They made prayers for me. They encouraged me with the word of God. They stood for me. In fact, it was the word of God that has kept me all this while. Otherwise, it would have been a different story. And I also want to thank my lawyers, you know, who stood behind me. It was a battle, and they really fought for me. And today, the glory is for them. And I want to thank my family, my well-wishers, and all those who have not even seen me before, but they have been following the case, and they have been very happy that today we share in the victory and the glory.
DSP Gifty, I've got to say a big thank you to you for joining us in studio. When are you starting work?
That will depend on the authorities. I am just patiently waiting for my IGP to enforce the orders as given by the courts.
Right. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So away from our top story, we'll go to Parliament, where Parliament has deferred the final ruling on the Mahama Yariga bribery allegation until further notice. The Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Quay, said he has taken note of the reports and matters arising and will respond to them in due course.
Before the commencement of public business on Friday, members were seen in groups engaged in lengthy discussions. This was to be expected following the near brawl on Friday night after the Speaker had adjourned sitting. Conspicuously missing was the MP at the center of the controversy, Mahama Yariga. Members and the general public had anticipated the Speaker's ruling on the matter. However, after some debates and arguments over various issues on the order paper, the Speaker finally spoke on the issue.
Regarding ruling on the special committee findings and matters arising will be delivered in due course.
The Boko Central MP was still not in the chamber, though all other members directly linked to the issue were around. It was not until after 10 minutes past 2 p.m. when he was seen seated. A few minutes later, he left the chamber, following an order by the second Deputy Speaker to adjourn the meeting for 2 hours. Mahama Yariga had been asked to apologize for making allegations he was unable to prove following the investigation committee's report. In rendering his apology, the MP raised some concerns about the entire process of the investigation and gave a conditional apology, saying, "If you want me to apologize, then I apologize," a statement most members were not happy with.
Still in Parliament, the minority has strongly rejected the decision to extend sitting until Friday, April 7, saying it will not be part of any proceedings beyond Wednesday, April 5.
The House was expected to rise on March 30. However, considering the numerous businesses that needed to be taken care of, they agreed to extend it by another week. The majority leader, in presenting the business statement for next week, indicated the House will adjourn Synodine after Friday, April 7. This, the minority leader did not take kindly.
Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry to say that the President and the majority leader's lack of planning will not be an emergency on our part. They should plan well. When a few weeks ago, I indicated to him in this House that the President should bring Deputy Minister's nomination for us to consider on time. That day, he went to the world of law. He went to quote Article 79 and to tell me that Article 79 said the President may. The President shall. He has shall. He has not may. That was his response.
He was emphatic. His side will not be part of any proceedings after Wednesday, April 5.
Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, in this matter, I'll disappoint the majority leader. We can't travel beyond Wednesday at most. We will do our best to vet more, subject to our chairman meeting with the committee to take a decision for Monday and Tuesday, but not Wednesday. Because Wednesday we must bring our report.
This led to some debate between the two leaders from the sides.
A majority today has often in the past accommodated the pleas of the minority today. I remember on an occasion we had to extend the sitting of Parliament by 3 weeks. We engaged, we dialogued, we agreed, given the exigencies of the times. So if today it has to be 1 week, and the signal is that we are not going to do this and so on, Mr. Speaker, I'm saddened.
The Speaker later adopted the business statement. Meanwhile, the House approved 38,517,821,802 cedis for the services of other government obligations for the year ending 31st December 2017. The Value-Added Tax Amendment Bill 2017 was passed. The Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill, which was laid, was withdrawn and relayed to be taken through the process and passed the same day.
In a related development, some anti-corruption campaigners want the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice charged to open fresh investigations into the parliamentary bribery allegation. This, according to them, will clear all outstanding issues regarding the allegation.
The Jogate Committee's report says the Boko Central MP Mahama Ayarge's action was in contempt of Parliament, but the committee exonerated other members of Parliament whose names were mentioned in the bribery allegation. The former Executive Director of Ghana Integrity Initiative, Vitus Azim, says there are a number of issues the committee's investigations did not unravel.
Serious allegations of corruption were made against the minister nominee. Yet the same Parliament, even though they said they were going to investigate, went ahead and confirmed him. And the President went ahead and swore him in. And he has been acting as a minister. He has been playing the role of a minister. So even the essence of this whole investigation was not there. What was the point? You ignored those allegations, went ahead and did what you should have done because you have majority in Parliament.
The co-chair Citizen Movement Against Corruption, Edem Senanu, says the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice charge must open fresh investigations into the issue.
Yes, they have drawn the curtain as far as they are concerned, but there are a number of issues that they can't sweep under the carpet that ideally should be addressed. And indeed, we would be recommending that institutions like CHRAJ should consider what was it that was shared, who provided it, was it money from Parliament or elsewhere, and to what purpose?
The Executive Director of Strategic Thinkers Network, Nitete Tete, argues Parliament as an institution could clear the public perception of corruption if the committee's investigation is made clearer.
We cannot allow Parliament to get to this level, and so if an independent body comes to play, take this whole matter at fresh, looks into the matter, make it public for the interview and hearings with all the evidence on the table, I'm sure that everybody will be satisfied.
There's more on this story on our website, 3news.com. Let's now take a look at the weather updates for this evening.
Remember, you're still watching News 360 live from our news hub here in Accra. You can join us with your views, comments and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour, visiting our social media pages on Facebook and on Twitter, and comment on any of our top stories.
Next, we have a lot of business with Nanika Mensah Brampa. Stay with us.
Dreams can come true with Airtel. Recharge with 2 Ghana cedis and more and get instant prizes guaranteed. Keep scratching to win mobile devices daily. 10,000 cedis weekly, 25,000 cedis monthly, and the grand prize of 150,000 cedis. Airtel, the smartphone network.
A baby is the best gift from God to mom. Soft care is the best gift from mom to baby. The soft cotton material gives the child maximum comfort. Enjoy free time. Enjoy happy time. Enjoy soft care.
Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking news. all at your fingertips.
Who's found Asamoah Gyan? Super finish!
Being on top of the news has never been easy. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. Motivating, reliable,
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs and people of
credible, and breaking news.
It's News 360. Thanks for staying with us. Time for business. My name is Nanikia Mensah Brampa, and tonight the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has again kicked against trade liberalization. The association says Ghana has become a heavy import-dependent country and wants policies reviewed to protect local industries.
At the launch of the 6th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards in Accra, James Asare Ejay observed the award is to help bring up local businesses to aspire to international standards. He was optimistic this will help produce products and services that are competitive on the global market. The AGI Industry Awards would honor companies that have achieved outstanding success in various areas of industry and in innovation in the year under review. This year, the AGI is partnering with the Ghana Standards Authority to introduce the ECOWAS Quality Award, of which the winner will proceed to compete at the regional level.
This whole award is aimed at improving and quality, because as people compete for the awards, it means that they're going to improve their quality in order to be able to win the awards. And when you win, you go to ECOWAS and you become an ECOWAS brand as well. So it's very important that we emphasize this quality issue. But then whilst we are doing that, we must also check the imports that are coming into the country and make sure that they also meet the quality standards. If they don't meet the quality standards, normally what happens is that they're able to sell at the lower prices and cut you and then destroy local industries.
The awards will be presented under 9 key categories and 21 sectors, with the ultimate being the overall best company of the year.
Giving awards is a way of motivating companies to keep doing what they do even better. It's also a way of making all appreciate who come into enterprise or industry that there are certain standards that they are required to meet. And meeting those standards make us competitive on global markets and make us competitive also on domestic markets.
The award is scheduled to come off in November.
Now, Olam Ghana, producers of Nutri-Foods biscuits, have opened its expanded biscuit factory in Tema. The drive is to increase production and strengthen the company's position as the #1 biscuit producer.
Nutri-Foods biscuits, a subsidiary of Olam Ghana, are producers of a wide range of biscuits, which include Royal Perk Milk Shortcake, Royal Digestive, and Royal King Cracker. The expansion would not only enable the company increase production, but also create more job opportunities, increase its workforce, which is made up of 99% Ghanaians. Managing Director and CEO of Olam Africa and Middle East, V. Srivasan, noted Olam is focused on sustaining its business in Ghana.
Sustainability is core to Olam, and Olam's purpose is to grow responsibly, which means achieving profitable growth in an ethical, socially responsible and environmentally sustainable manner. In Ghana, true to this purpose, we have a lot of sustainability programs. To name a few, in our cocoa program, there are more than 150,000 farmers registered, and we have so far paid out as $2 million as premium alone for the certified cocoa we procure from these farmers.
Minister for Trade and Industry, Alan Kojo-Tremantin, expressed government's determination to decentralize its industrial sector and make Ghana a manufacturing hub.
It's going to diversify our economy away from cocoa and gold, and going to create millions of jobs for the people of this country. Another component of our program is the establishment of industrial parks. Again, you talk to Singapore and they'll tell you the value of industrial parks. We are also committed as a government to improve the business regulatory environment, whether it is access to land, whether it's reducing taxes. We want to assure the Ghanaian private sector that we are committed to reducing the cost of doing business.
Olam Ghana, established in Ghana in 1994, are also producers of quality food products, including Royal Feast perfumed rice, Tasty Tom tomato paste, and Royal Aroma perfumed rice. The company has also investments in the agricultural sector.
Nestle Ghana has launched Cerelac Iron Plus, the infant cereal fortified with iron and other key vitamins and minerals will help reduce anemia in children.
76% of infants in Ghana are exposed to greater risk of morbidity as a result of poor nutritional practices. The Ghana Demographic Health Survey revealed children are at greater risk of the iron deficiency disorder. This emphasizes the need to promote complementary feeding to reduce stunted growth and anemia. Nestle Ghana, guided by the purpose of enhancing quality of life and contributing to a healthier future, has launched Cerelac Iron Plus to help reduce the high prevalence rate of anemia in children. At the launch, breastfeeding mothers and healthcare professionals were taken through presentations on the implications of inadequate complementary feeding to the health and development of children. Business Executive Officer for Nestle Ghana, Felipe Hasquet, revealed Nestle is partnering with healthcare providers across the country to increase awareness on the benefit of complementary feeding.
We are also committed in seeking various ways to support the WHO and governments in their numerous efforts to train healthcare professionals and to provide safe and adequate nutrition for infants in order to ensure their optimal growth and development. We will continue to invest in activities that support that cause.
The Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Otiko Afisa Jaba, commended Nestle's effort in providing Ghanaians with fortified product over the years, adding her ministry is looking forward to a collaboration with Nestle.
Nestle is an innovative institution, and I have had the privilege of working with them. So this is a partnership that I look forward to working with them, because I have a lot of children in the children's homes and the orphanages, and all these are areas that we can work together to support and remove hunger.
Cerelac Iron Plus is available in 5 varieties of wheat, maize, rice, fruit pieces and millet to help support healthy brain and cognitive development.
Well, we're still looking at more business activities tonight, and Minister of Youth and Sports Isaac Kwame Siama says government is determined to support young entrepreneurs in the country. Addressing the Coca-Cola Young Achievers Award Summit for Entrepreneurs, he noted the youth, when given the needed push, will contribute immensely to national development.
60 nominees from various categories including health, sports, technology, entrepreneurship and entertainment were awarded. 10 people were awarded from each category, except for the sports category, which had 2 nominees receiving awards, and the health sector with 12 nominees. The Minister for Youth and Sports, Isaac Kwame Siama, urged the youth to recommit themselves to nation building.
The NPP government is committed to developing their leadership skills, provide quality education, build entrepreneurship capacities, creativity and sports potential. The Youth Enterprise Fund will provide funding for the businesses owned by young entrepreneurs, and of course, facilitate their development seminars to ensure their capacities are well built. You have done a lot for your communities. touching lives in areas where most people watch and cry only for the help of government. Indeed, the government cannot do everything and cannot work in isolation. We need passionate and selfless people like you to make Ghana what it ought to be.
The country manager for Coca-Cola Equatorial Africa, Rodrigue Ball, said the initiative is as part of Ghana's 60 years on celebration and will be organized often to encourage young people in the country to be innovative and creative.
It is possible. It requires some hard work. It requires some dedication, sacrifices, but it is possible. And that's the kind of message that we want to throw out to the young achievers and all the Ghanaians, young Ghanaians that are out there. Clearly this is a success, and for us, it is clear that we'll make sure that this continues.
Award winners were grateful to Coca-Cola and urged young people to build an entrepreneurial spirit.
For the youth, this is an opportunity for us to be heard, because it's very difficult that sometimes we do a lot out there and nobody celebrates us and nobody even tells us congratulations. So I think this is a very good initiative from Coca-Cola, and I want to believe that this is not just their earned.
After 60 years of nationhood, it is possible that Ghana.
And Busy Internet's Ghana has launched an online content platform with categories in education, entrepreneurship, self-improvement and lifestyle. The new online content platform is to empower the youth through a three-pronged approach, which consists of a graduate development program, a student brand ambassador program, and an online educational platform. The regional marketing director of the youth segment for Busy Internet Ghana, Yemi Lawal, noted the current trend in the use of digital media among the country's growing young population and discussed the need to support e-learning portals. Busy Internet Ghana has partnered with more than 40 universities with more than 1,500 students to prepare and equip undergraduates for life after university through internships and mentorship. Through its graduate development program, the company has recruited some graduates who account for 50% of its staff. Chief Executive Officer of Busy Internet Ghana, Praveen Sadalage, reiterated the company's commitment to empower the youth.
We are looking at an opportunity where we could be a part of the story, empower these young minds to look at internet in a different way. They could be doing different things. It's not only technology. I mean, you could be a fashion designer, for example, or you could be a carpenter and have some fantastic ideas which you want to take to the market. So this is an opportunity Jump will give you to be on that platform and make a difference for yourself.
Deputy Minister of Education designate Dr. Yao Osei Educhum reiterated the need for government to explore the full potential of e-learning.
A number of times people are talking about where are the resources, and I'm saying where are the ideas. When a sense of urgency is created, then resources will come. Because we have a number of entities, a number of organizations that want to support, just like Busy Internet here. If the government is determined and the government is focused, a number of organizations like Busy Internet, Afrimax will come to our aid.
You can visit 3news.com for more news. That'll do for Business Tonight. My name is Nanikia Mensah-Brampa. Have a great weekend.
More and more people are using MTN mobile.
Fating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking news. www.3news.com for all your reliable.
Welcome back to News 360. Let's carry on with our stories this evening. 2 chief directors at the ministries have had their appointments terminated for non-performance. Head of Civil Service Nana Ajikum, who declined naming the directors, said the dismissal is to warn other chief directors to sit up.
In 2016, the Office of the Head of Civil Service tightened its performance appraisal with chief directors in the ministries. The move, according to the Head of Civil Service, to promote efficiency.
Now we've done it for directors, and we are coming one step lower to all the chief technical, professional grade. The system for assessment is very rigorous, and we are hoping that to have a cascading effect. Hopefully next week will be during the report for the chief directors, which will form the basis for either the continuance of some chief directors or a retirement or termination, depending on the situation.
Meanwhile, the Women's Wing of the Civil and Local Government Staff Association has organized a workshop to harness the potentials of women in the civil service for development. National President of the Women's Wing, Christina Edmond, underscored the relevant contributions to the women in improving their work in the ministries.
We are encouraging the ladies to improve upon themselves, because now there are opportunities for the ladies to advance in their career. There are opportunities for them to progress in their career. There are opportunities for them to go to school, to upgrade themselves and come back into the civil service.
Head of Civil Service Nana Ajikum gave an assurance the 30% women becoming chief directors target would be met.
Currently, and they're taking a lot of mentoring exercises for those with the potential, so that when the door is open through advertisements or whatever means, they'll come forward and go through the interviewing process so that they can also get the opportunity to be.
In other news, the Minister of Employment and Labour Relations has ordered the eviction of squatters occupying the ministry's lands at Bachona. The land has been earmarked for the Management Development and Productivity Institute, MDPI.
The Sector Minister, Ignatius Bafwewa, gave the order during a tour at Bachona along the Sprinters Road in Accra. The 456-acre land was given to the Management and Development Productivity Institute, MDPI, 40 years ago to expand their work in training for public and civil servants. Portions of the land have been occupied by squatters. The visibly angry minister directed authorities at Lekma to evict the squatters.
There's a property which is coming up. It's not just like it's a dead property or something of the sort. And then in between the two properties, look at this one. This is supposed to be a hostel. And the other one is supposed to be an administration block. And in between, you have people encroaching. I just can't understand how this thing will happen. And people are putting up schools. People are putting up churches. People are putting up residential accommodation in between the two structures. I just can't think of it. And look at even the main administration block too, between the theater and the main administration block. People are positioning kiosks.
He again hinted of convening a meeting with the encroachers from next week.
We're coming back here next week to come and meet all such people who have properties here. If possible, ask them to show any documentation they have, if any. I'm also asking Lekma to also initiate actions to let them know that they are just squatting. Where they are is not their permanent property, and they should know that one day they will move.
The minister later visited Bachona, where a large swath of land belonging to the Ministry of Employment has also been encroached on. He also visited the headquarters of MVTI in Accra to acquaint himself with their operations.
We are also exploring other opportunities to see how best we can be able to get concessionary funds to be able to retool some of the other institutions. You know, you are not the only TVET institution. There are many others operating outside you who will also be keen in helping them as well.
The sector minister again visited Opportunities Industrialization Center, OIC, to interact with management of the center.
We're now joined by Theory Nan for the very latest in sports. Theory, what's been happening?
And I'm sure you're going to be telling us more about the search for a new Black Stars coach.
Yeah, sure. The interviews actually went down today. So 3 coaches all were interviewed. Not all were present actually at the GFA or the premises where the interview went on. But I mean, all of them got interviewed, so we'll bring you the details to that.
All right, sure. Take it over.
Exciting.
By all means. We'll bring All right, now, so let's get into the details in the world of sports with me, Theory Nan. Now, Ghana's search for a new coach has reached the penultimate stage after interviews for 2 candidates were conducted by the Ghana Football Association. Nanekia Mankwa and Bedwe Champon monitored the process and filed this report.
It has been a long, drawn-out process, but finally, the Ghana Football Association met the 3 coaches in the frame for the Black Stars job. A panel chaired by Kwesi Nyantakyi heard from current Cameroon boss Hugo Bruce via Skype and former Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah also via Skype. Former France international Willy Sagnol attended the interviewing in person, spending more than an hour in the session. Nyantakyi says the idea of the interview was to get a first-hand sense of the plans of the 3 coaches, their philosophy, amongst others. A sticking point for Sagnol would have been his comments about how African players are strong but not intelligent enough. Kwesi Appiah, on the other hand, has to have the personality to deal with big egos after the chaos of his first spell. The GFA will now judge the 3 coaches in their set criteria of African football knowledge, coaching philosophy, communication skills and qualifications before announcing Avram Grant's successor.
Meanwhile, the president of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyantakyi, has explained why Willy Sagnol, one of those candidates, and his history with racist comments did not stop the governing body from inviting him over for the interview at the headquarters in Accra.
We interviewed 3 coaches, 1 coach physically, then 2 coaches by Skype. They couldn't come. You know, Kwesi Appiah said that he's a human being. He may have made mistakes in the past, but he's gained more experience. He has grown, and now he's a better person than previously. Sagnol said he made a mistake. It was a slip. He said he apologized, and even apologized to us. You can't hold somebody to a past mistake forever and ever. Once the person realizes that he made a mistake, we have to move on. If we were to pin ourselves down to mistakes that we made in the past, nobody will be able to make any progress in life. So we must move on. So next week, when the committee will meet again on Monday, then next week, we'll have to call an executive committee to present our report. And the executive committee will have to take a decision on the report. They have to either accept the report or reject it. There is nothing like middle way or waiting. So I'm sure we'll have a coach pretty soon. The April deadline I gave, we'll beat it.
All right, so that was the president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi, telling us why Willy Sagnol should still be part of the candidates for the vacant Black Stars head coach job. But meanwhile, Ashanti Gold coach Bashir Hayford has resigned from the club after 8 matches into the new season, with the club sitting 15th in the Ghana Premier League. Here is a report on his resignation.
Almost 2 years after winning the Ghana Premier League with Ashanti Gold for the first time in 19 years, Bashir Hayford has relinquished his position as head coach of the club. The outspoken manager tendered his resignation letter on Friday morning. Hayford's decision comes after he was given a 3-match ultimatum to redeem the club from the bottom of the league table. The Miners lie 15th on the table with just 2 wins and a draw this season after 8 matches. In his final official words to the top hierarchy of the club, Hayford gave us a fair glimpse of what we could be missing in the Ash Gold press conferences. He was brutally honest in reminding the club's fans what he had achieved in his tenure. He said, "I have played my role with dedication over the years and I think it's time to move on. I won the league title 2 seasons ago after Ashanti Gold failed to lift it in almost 2 decades. In an attempt to share the amount of pressure he has endured at the club in recent months, he quipped, it does not take the frog too long a time to jump out from boiling water. Thank you very much. Bashir Hayford leaves a side that has been through a rough patch this season, having won just twice in 8 league games and are pinned in the relegation zone. His resignation, however, could set Ashgold back on the winning column in the Ghana Premier League.
All right, so that is it with, Ashanti Gold and Bashir Hayfoot, but still in the Ghana Premier League. It resumes this weekend following a break after match day 8. We are thrown instantly into witnessing some top quality matches with Brecum Chelsea hosting Hearts of Oak. Asante Kotoko will also be at home to Inter Allies, while Ashanti Gold, without a manager, will also face Bolga All Stars. While Stars will seek a quick recovery from their defeat to Wafa at home, as they also face Aduana Stars at the Doma Park, and that really will be a feisty game if you consider what happened last year, the penultimate game of the season, when at the Wa Park, Aduana Stars lost to Wa All Stars, ultimately handing the trophy to the Wa-based side. And thanks really for joining me right here on News 360 as I brought you all the latest in the world of sports. My name is Thierry Nyan. Keep watching TV3 and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
News, 3 News, news at your fingertips. Activating, reliable,
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking news. Activating, reliable,
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking. Activating,
Welcome back to News 360 and entertainment news this evening. Nana Kwame and Parkwesi of Double Fame have promised to give audience nothing short of their expectation this Saturday on Music Music. The two high life artists say they have put their act together to suit the repackaged show. Artists billed to perform on this Saturday's Music Music say audience will have a good time on the show. According to them, the show, which has been rebranded to suit audience expectations, will experience a whole new twist of stage craftsmanship. High Life musician Nana Kwame says he has rebranded his act to give off his best.
I'm already charged up, coming from the tour where I did a lot of performance. So coming back to Ghana and performing on music is like new now. I'm going to do something I have not done on music before.
For Parkwesi, formerly of the group Double, the separation from his colleague would not have any bearing on his performance.
If I want to do it alone and I think I'm doing it alone, then I have to double my step, you understand? So it's not going to have any effects, but rather the solo will have an impact, so people will get to feel it.
They said it was a privilege to perform on the new music stage, as it would give them the opportunity to once again reach out to their fans. Nero X will also be live on stage to entertain his fans. The show airs live on Saturdays at 8 p.m. However, audience must be seated by 7 p.m. Music, it's bigger.
In other news, legendary Ghanaian guitarist and takeaway hit maker Akablame is set to launch his maiden album, christened Edoke, after decades of excelling as an instrumentalist. The 12-track album features songs like Oshemua Oye, which literally translates to "If it's in, it's good." Now, why the title Oshemua Oye?
Ladies and gents, are you ready now? We are taking the girls away.
Akablay's 2016 release, Takeaway, which featured Kaboom, was an instant hit. Akablay offers a lot more than just singing. He is a celebrated guitarist, winning the VGMA Best Instrumentalist back-to-back. For years, he was the lead guitarist for award-winning band Western Diamonds Band. Akablay later formed the Ibiza Band, touring Africa and the world with Ghana-made acoustic music. The group will be live in concert at the Alliance Francaise on Saturday, April 1. The concert will be followed with the launch of his maiden album titled Edoke.
Edoke is basically dough as in corn dough or cassava dough or granite dough, everything that is soft that you can enjoy is Edoke. We are here rehearsing, putting finishing touches to all the rough edges, and then make sure that all the fans are there get entertained and enjoy what we will produce.
Songs on the album include Oshemua Oye and Them Go Vomit, a tune that preaches against corruption.
Anytime I say Oshemua Oye, people misinterpret it. But Oshemua Oye is basically I'm saying Yekanwa Oye, because I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, nobody a farmer. You're in the same classroom. So you being a politician or whatever, you can't say you are above anybody, or you being the doctor. That doesn't make you a perfect man. We are all the same. So you can the same to Oshemua, what to say would be a chef regime Oshemua Oye.
The night of live music will see performances from Nathaniel Braddock from the US and Funsho Ogundipe from Nigeria.
Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs and people of
credible and breaking news. Innovating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs and people of
Credible and breaking news. Innovating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Debar of chiefs.
All right, so let's now go for some spot of international news where South Africa's Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa says that his Minister of Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan is totally unacceptable. Well, South Africa's Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa says that his Minister of Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan is totally unacceptable. He was reacting to President Zuma's Thursday midnight cabinet reshuffle, which saw 15 ministers and deputies replaced. Gordhan has been replaced by former Home Affairs Minister Malusi Digaba. President Zuma accused his finance minister of holding a secret meeting in London with a view to undermining the state. But at a news conference in Cape Town, Pravin Gordhan dismissed the accusation and called on the masses to organize. Meanwhile, the Democratic Alliance has filed a suit at the Western Cape Court to prevent the swearing-in of the new ministers. The European Union has published guidelines of Britain's departure from the Union. The European Council President Donald Tusk, in a letter to UK government and other 27 member states, guarantees the rights of EU citizens living in the UK and Brits living elsewhere in the EU. About 3 million EU citizens live in the UK, while 1 million UK nationals live in EU countries. Another issue that will have to be settled before talks begin on a future trade agreement is how much Britain pays to the EU as part of its exit settlement. The EU has asked for a payment of £50 billion, but Prime Minister Theresa May and Brexit Minister David Davis are keen to hand over a significantly reduced sum. All right, so that's how we conclude News 360. It came to you live from our news hub here in Accra. My name is Parkus Yasari.
And I'm Natalie Fort. Next we have Do Not Love Me So Much. Stay with TV3 and have a great weekend.
Okay.